You see this? You see this? You see this? You see this? Most of you have been asking me questions how I got these certifications, how I did these things, especially the one I got from Texas State University Continuing Education in Aerosol Medicine Training Program. To walk you step by step on how I got these things and how you can also get them yourselves. So basically, this thing just started out from somewhere. It started from somewhere, and that thing was volunteering. So I started volunteering very early. I'm not saying that without volunteering that you cannot get, this is where my story started. So it started from volunteering. I started volunteering in outreaches, just because I wanted to learn how to do these things. I just wanted to learn what they were doing because I wanted to get involved, So that is how I started having interest in CPD, that's continuous professional development. And so from volunteering, I moved to joining the association because for example, the antimicrobial club or the antimicrobial night, I met them in an outreach. Then from there, I asked them if I could be part of them. I just wanted to know what they were doing because I just saw them. They're kind of different from every other person in the outreach. I was like, okay, yeah, I think I can join them. They agreed and I became a member, and I was serious. I was committed. I was almost present in all activities of the AMR. So that was how I started off. So from there, I saw other associations, then down to when I got my airway management and CPR training certificate. So that was basically organized by the department, by the association. So where we, did some training. It was more like our health week. So we did some trainings and we were certified in basic airway management and cardiopulmonary resuscitation. So, down the line, I have been, surfing the net, actually LinkedIn and most of these professional websites. So most of them, I also follow them on Facebook. Like, I'll give examples like, European Society of Echocardiography. We also have British Society of Echocardiography, like BSc. We also have ACNS, American Clinical Neurophysiology Society. We have a lot of them. So most times I follow them on Facebook. I get updates if there are, webinars, if there are boot camps, if there are short courses that I can take, to improve my knowledge. So I think that one of the things that also helps me is connections, because when I mean connections, I mean like building connections with people. Because after the training for the airway management I told you about earlier, I kind of had a good connection, or like I was still in communication with the tutor or the teacher, like kind of the consultants that taught us during that training. So was that important because I knew that maybe there will be more opportunities that would come up and she may want me or want, everyone, maybe my department, to be part of it. Specific conference in airway management and basic life support. And I think they also did something on intubation. Like, it was a whole lot, if a fully packed scientific conference. So where she said she wanted me and my classmates then to be part of it. And they were like, she needed like a specific number of persons. So it was an opportunity for us to be part of something that a conference that we could learn, and improve on our skills, especially for those who are going into respiratory therapy. How did I get the certification in aerosol medicine? Now, getting certification in aerosol medicine was basically through Africa Respiratory Association, Africa Respiratory Care Association. So it's an association for respiratory therapists, technicians, physiologists, anybody in the field of respiratory medicine in Africa. To make you understand is that most of these opportunities are not advertised, or they are not displayed on big platforms. Maybe you are waiting to see them on big blogs or something. Most of these things are just directly on their schools, schools websites and stuff like that. It's until you check it out that you can see these things. Or maybe you have you're in an association that is kind of affiliating in one area, or where that school is doing a short course program, stuff like that. That's maybe when you can get informations like that. For example, maybe if you're an association like that is centered around the heart, let's say the cardiac society, you could get short courses information, or webinar information, or training information on cardiac sciences and from different countries. So that is how I got aerosol medicine training information, and I applied. And you have to stick by the rules of that training program, because it is strictly online, and you have to complete your modules, do your assignments, and before you write your final exam, then before you get certified. Now, every other certification I've gotten were from research, and the community. I started looking out for short courses. I started browsing online. So there are ones that offer short courses, that offer trainings in different specialized programs online. So you can look out for them, and you apply based on your interest, based on what you like. So it may not be just one. So you have options to choose from. So it depends on what you want. One who is interested in some of these courses, I have a few recommendations, like WHO. Sometimes the WHO go for short courses and they bring it out, people apply. Also, program. This is just genuinely the story. This is how I got the training in aerosol medicine. LinkedIn is a very good platform to use if you're looking for some of these opportunities. You can just directly search them and you can get CV. So thank you guys for watching this video till this time, and see you in my next.